So hey guys, welcome back to the channel of Be10x and I hope you all are doing really well. In this video today, we are going to learn how we can use Stable Diffusion in a very edge PC. Like if you don't even have a GPU or a high processing and PC with you, you can still use Stable Diffusion with an API. So that is what we are going to do today. And guys, before starting the video, I just want you to know that if you are interested in these AI tools, we have an AI tools workshop that is just available for 9 rupees. You can check that out. More details are there ahead in the video and the link is in the description. So let's continue the video.
Happy New Year! If your resolution for 2024 is getting accelerated career growth along with a good salary hike, then you are at right place. If you want to do the same, you should be learning ChatGPT and AI tools and how you can integrate them for your own advantage.
So the first step that you need to do is that you need to go and register yourself on beta.dreamstudio.ai and I think at this point I don't know whether they are going to continue this, but at least at this point they are going to give you £2. If you are not satisfied with those £2, like you can also even buy it and there are multiple options. Now let's get into the code of how we can use Stable Diffusion to create AI generated images using Stable Diffusion. The first thing that we need is two libraries. I mean technically we need one Python library, Stability SDK, which is available in Pi, which you can install through pip. And the second one is whether you are on Linux, whether you are on Mac, or you need something called libmagic. So if you are on Mac, just do install libmagic. If you are on Linux, then do apt-get and install libmagic CL. Just remember, if you are on Linux, if you are watching this tutorial on Linux and you want to install that, you are going to install it using apt-get install mg app brew install libmagic. And if you're wondering about my coding environment, this is a very simple Jupyter notebook within the VS Code Visual Studio notebook, and this is running on my local machine, which is not a GPU. So you can see that, and because it's Mac, I'm installing blue install libmagic. And also the first library we have installed is SDK Stability SDK. Once we have successfully installed the library, then the next thing is we need to authenticate. We need to add an environment variable which we can use to do authentication later on the way. We are going to do environmental variable is we are going to say import get pass os, like we are going to import, and then we have to get os.environment, os.n1 for environment, and you can say stability underscore key and get pass.get pass, and then you can enter the API key. So when you run this, it will actually open a model, and in that model you can paste the API key that you basically go to the API section here. I mean when you log in and you can see your account, go to the account details, membership details. So you go to the membership detail and there you can see the API click and click copy here. Once you click copy, you can come back and enter the DPA. The DPA keeps the API key inside that model, and within that your API key setup would have been done. So you would have added the API key successfully inside the voice environment. And as an environment variable, please make sure that you don't share the API key with anybody, because at least at this point I don't see a way for us to revoke the API key. So maybe that would come on later, but at least at this point I don't see a way for you to revoke your API key from dreamstudio.ai. So it's very important that you don't share the API key with somebody. And guys, before moving ahead in the video, I just want you to know, nowadays you all might know that AI is taking over the world, and in just a short span of time you have seen so many layoffs, millions of jobs replaced by AI and whatnot. And I believe that you don't want to get affected by this recession wave, right? Well, I can assure you that an AI won't replace you, but the person using AI will surely. So if you want to save your job and become irreplaceable in your career, join our 3-hour AI tools workshop, in which we'll teach you about the best AI tools to upskill yourself, increase your productivity, and also enhance your career. Make your future secure with us. Join our workshop by clicking the link below in the description. Now let's continue the video. So at this point we have basically installed the library and added the API key so that you can successfully go further. Now we are getting into the code part, like the actual code. So we're going to import certain libraries to make your job easier, like I always want. But the main thing is that we need pillow for image processing. We are going to use IPython display to just display the image within your Jupyter notebook. And the main thing is that these two things go on from a stability SDK. You are going to import client and then import stability as a dot reference dot Google AI dot. And I don't know if this has any reference to the latest Tom Cruise movie Top Gun. I don't know, but yeah, Goose AI generation underscore PB and this underscore PB2 as generation. So these things are subject to change. I think they are still polishing it, but I just wanted to get this out. So the people, those who don't have GPU, also can generate stable diffusion images. I mean, you don't have to have 4 more, that's all, that's the point. So it might change, the API might change, but the main point is some some libraries to make your job easier, and certain libraries that are important are, which is pillow for a display image, and sorry for displaying images, image processing, and then you have to get your own stability related components that you're importing. Once that is done, now you need to set up or authenticate how we are going to go to a client.stability inference, because what we are going to do is that it's the inference, the key is going to come from this environment variable, and then you want to keep it verbose so that in case if something goes wrong, like there is an error, so that's why you need to keep it logos. And then you're going to go to the authentication here, and this point very well, at this point we are all very well ready for us to proceed further. What can actually do is I can probably call something as a prompt equals, and then I have this entire thing there. I can call it protocols prompt, maybe a very bad naming input prompt from the coaching paper, so that the text for where you give this thing would be completely separate. So we have created a new string object where we are going to give a text, like simple text based on which we want the images to be generated. So the existing one that we gave is a Houston, we are a go for a launch, and for this is the image that we have got. So maybe I want to generate a different image altogether, so I can go ahead and then see, for example, I can say the Batman Dark Knight, so I can say like the Batman Dark Knight Rises wallpaper, something like this. I don't know what this is going to happen, but yeah, this is my input from, I'm not going to generate a lot, but let's say this is my input problem. At this point I've got a text object that says input underscore prompt, and then it has got the text 4K okay HD. The next thing is, let me run this. So the next thing that we are going to use is stability underscore API dot generate, which is what we have got, and then we are going to give the prompt inside that, and that is going to get a Python generator object. So when we run this stability underscore API dot generate, is going to return a Python generator object, which means that we need to iterate over. So we are going to iterate over it like the answer. So for example, what we are going to do is that we will like response inside answers, and inside that we response we are going to look for artifacts, and inside the peak, and inside that we see whatever there is, whether there is something that you built, whether there is something that you generated a while, or it's their API safety filter, example NFC SW not suitable for NSW, not suitable for work images like violent images. Those things they don't allow currently. So if you are creating anything like that, it's going to give you a warning. And guys, this is how you can use Stable Diffusion AI for generating images even if you don't have a higher end PC. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you like the video, and if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like. Also drop a comment if you have any doubts, and don't forget to subscribe Be10x, and do remember that we have an AI tools workshop. The link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.